Hello there, this is Space Runner 5. Welcome back to episode 19 of Cards, where today we are going to do a draft. So it's going to be a little bit different than normal. I've only done one other draft before. We went 7-1, so hopefully we can maybe repeat, maybe do a 7-0. Obviously that would be best. So we have three options here, USA, Japan, and Germany. We both play Japan, US very frequently for this season. So we're going to go ahead and try and do a Germany. So we get Danzig as our HQ. I think the Stug is pretty good, middle of the tier. Retaliation, when your HQ receives damage, deal equal damage to enemy HQ. Not that interested. Be interested in some Stugs. Tiger 1 is obviously a win condition, but I might be a little bit too early to pick that up. Some Panzer 4s. Be a good option. Rush production, when you deploy a unit this turn, deal 1 damage to it and gain 1 credit. I'm actually okay with this for card removal, because it'll help us ramp up later on to this. Give a friendly tank +1/+1 for each unit type you control. Not that interested in that, so let's just go for rush production. We have Annihilation. Destroy an enemy unit that costs 5 or less. Enemy discards a card at random. Pretty nice, but that's very expensive. Infantry Regiment, 2/1. When you control the front line at the end of your turn, draw a card. That would be a nice card draw, because that's at least 1 card if they're on the front line. But probably go for the Panzer, because this prevents the enemy from drawing, which is pretty good. Specialty, France, Italy, or Germany. Well, we don't want to go full Germany. We can do some of the mountain brigades. Forgot what their name is. I think it's the it starts with an A, but let's go with France, because they're definitely a late game type unit style. Mobilized guard, at the start of your turn, give +1/+1, and if mobilized. So mobilized is as long as it's not damaged, it will have that feature. So this is a very good unit, honestly. It could be a win condition. We just let it sit in the back line, just do its thing. Target in with mobilize gets Fury this turn, and fully repair at the end of the turn. Fully repair the unit. That's not a bad, but it has to be with a unit with mobilize, so we're not that interested. Each non-French unit you control gets +1/+1. That's pretty good. Just defend the HQ. Still very expensive though, so let's just go for the 5/1 or 5/1 cost. Add 2 resistant cards to enemy hand. Draw a card. Card draw, not too bad. It also messes up with their hand, which is always good. Deal damage equal to target enemy equal to 1 plus the number of unit types you control. Probably not going to be doing something like that. You put a friendly unit on the front line with cost of 3 or less and give it Blitz. Could be interesting. Be a lot of small units though, and right now we only have 1, so let's go ahead and pick that up for now. See if we can get like a bunch of Stugs or something. 1/2 with Blitz, not that interested. Let's just go for the Panzer Grenadier. Mobilize with artillery. Now that's can only attack enemy units in the front line when mobilized. That's still not bad though. You can definitely get stacking pretty easily. It's a little expensive though. But it could also end up being like a 6/6. Be a little ridiculous. You guys get bonuses too for taking the front. 3/3 is not bad for a 4 cost, especially when it'll be a 4/4 if we take the front line. Let's go ahead and take a 2/2 though, right now, just so we can try and get a curve going a little bit. Your enemy discards a random card with cost 5 or less. That's okay card removal. Deal 2 damage to all units in the enemy support line. That's fantastic. Rush production, when you deploy a unit this turn, deal 1 damage to it and gain 1 credit. Could also be good too. Want to sweep that. Eagle Claw is probably better. We only need to get that once. 5/6 with Fury. That's a double attack on a bomber. That's a 7 cost, so it's a little expensive. The Martyr 3H gets +1 attack for each time another unit is destroyed. That could be pretty potent, especially if it's just my units. We can Just basically throw in our units to die and it would stack up too. Now I want to go and pick up a Martyr. Stugs are good. Deal triple damage to tanks. That's a pretty good pack, honestly. All enemy units in the support line have -3 attack at the start of your next turn. Not bad either for suppression. That's quite a few copies though. It's probably more than what I want. Still go for the Stug. 2/6 +1/+1 until mobilized, or if mobilized. Let's actually go for the MEBF 110, just so we get a little bit more on that curve. It's nice cheap infantry. That's okay. Destroy an air unit and draw a card. Pretty good. I'd rather have a 4 or 5 though than just card removal like that. Let's see. Your friendly unit mobilize. That could be pretty good. 3 2s, they're not that expensive. Or Panzer II. I think I'd rather have the fighters. I'm just pairing well with another unit. Fortified position, pin target unit to increase its operating cost by +2. Not that interested. Not that interested in a joint operation either, though. Sortie, target unit with mobilized gets Fury this turn. At the end of turn, repair that unit. Does pair a little well with... How many units do we have with mobilized? Just the one. And then 2, 3. Not that big. Let's go for the joint operation then. 2, 3 with Blitz when the frontline enemy air units enter the battlefield pinned. That is nice. It's a nice cheap unit. It's +1 anytime a unit is destroyed though. How is our curve looking? We need some more. Well, we have lots of 2-drops, so I'm okay with picking up the 4/1. The pack 36. When the enemy deploys a tank unit, deal 1 damage to it. That'll probably just get killed by like a bloody sickle or something, so I'm not that interested. The Pioneer Battalion I am interested in because it gives all friendly ground units at the front line +1 defense. Always a good thing. Give +2 attack for each friendly mobilized unit. Don't really have too many of those. Just go for the Panzer. Careless Talk. When an enemy deploys a unit, deal 3 damage to it. That's a nice 1 cost. Would I rather have 3 copies of a 1/3 though? Probably not. It does give us extra defense though. Alpine. What does Alpine do? When an Alpine unit is deployed or attacked, it gets +1/+1 for each other friendly Alpine unit you control. Don't think we have any other Alpine, so this would have been the combination with the Italians. So we're not going Alpines. Let's just go for a Tiger. Fully repair all friendly units and draw a card. That's pretty good for reinforcements. How many orders do we have though? 7 out of 24. That's it says 25, but there are 7 orders and 17 units. Something's not adding up right there. It might be a little bug. I think reinforcements is nice, especially if it pairs well with a Tiger. Blitzkrieg. Friendly units in the front line have +3 attack and operate for 1 less to the end of the turn. It's decent. B26 attacks remove cards from the top of the enemy deck and equal to resistance cards in enemy hand. Well, we don't add any resistance cards, so we're not quite playing off of that, so we'll take the Panzer IVs. Definitely need more 4-drops, 4 and 5. Suppression. All enemy units in the support line have -3 attack until the next turn. I think we do enough to the back line, so let's go ahead and pick up the 6/2 because we do need 6-drops. We do need more 4-drops, so Alpine, we're not going with Alpine. Blitz Smokescreen. Their friendly tanks have Blitz with Blitz have +1 attack. That's pretty good. Choose a draw card from the top 3 of your deck, put the rest on the bottom. I think that Panzer III is kind of nice. Doesn't have very much attack, but being able to pick what card I want is pretty useful. We don't have that much card draw, so would I rather have a big hitting Panzer III? I'd rather pick my card. This one. Additional 3 credits next turn. That is very important for us for scaling. But this also adds resistance to enemy hand, which is also nice. And they're nice 2/3s, nice cheap. We do have quite a few 2-drops though. Let's just go for the bank. Alright, we'll pick up the 2/1 anyways. 3/4 fighters. Nothing special about them, so let's actually go for the 1/3. Damage from Stug 3 ignores heavy armor. I think we're okay without this one, but gets +1/+1 for each non-infantry type unit that you control. That is very nice because we don't have very many infantry. Deal 4 damage to target HQ. Not that great. Fully repair all friendly units. Draw a card. That is nice. It's card draw. Draw a unit that costs 2 credits or less. Only real good in the early game. Other than that, it's not that great. Give a friendly tank +1/+1 for each unit type of control. Not that interested, so let's just go for a 2/3. If you control the front line, gain 3 additional credits. Blackout. Pin target enemy air unit and draw a card. Not that useful. Destroy a unit, cost 1 or less. Probably not going to occur that often. Still have quite a few orders, so I'd rather have the unit than the order. Panzer 38s for sure, just for the card draw. Gain 2 credits when a friendly unit destroys a unit during your turn. That's pretty potent as well. Probably pick up the Panzer 3 here for the Blitz, and it has additional 1 attack for each non-tank unit you control. Bismarck's kind of cool though, it just deals 7 damage to the enemy. Okay, it's saying we only have 39 cards, but we have 40 F40, so yeah, there's definitely something funky. Let's go ahead and jump into battle. Alrighty, welcome to game 1. You're fighting an American player. Let's see, 2/3/3. Don't really want to use the 2-drop though, so we have a 3-drop. I don't think we need those 2 cards. And we got a bunch of 3-drops. Okay, so hopefully they don't rush. Go ahead and give them a good luck, have fun. Oh, and they are rushing. We will end our turn. Okay, so the Flam Panzer will actually get rid of this guy on deployment. It's pretty good. I didn't think it was going to be useful, but it has managed to find a use today. We don't have any infantry, but it is a 2/2 I can put out there. Interesting. Do you see the visual clip right here? Just right when I move this over, the card is clipping. Interesting. Alright, we'll go ahead and just end our turn. He will probably send his 2/3 into the 2/2, but it'll prevent our HQ from taking damage, at the very least. And the Panzer IV we could probably pair off. Ooh, a 2/4. Has +3 attack against infantry. Not that big of a deal. Has guard on the front line. Say goodbye to that. And I'll go ahead and just end our turn. We parried. And we only have tanks on the field, so this guy doesn't get his buff from attacking infantry. He's gonna hit the HQ. No, okay. So we can trade here, no problem. Giving it +2/+3. Okay, so he is a little bit harder to hit. Add a resistance card to the enemy hand. Nice 2/3, not that great. Let's go ahead and drop our Panzer. Let's draw a card. Joint operations. Deal damage to a target enemy equal to 1 plus the number of unit types you control, which is only going to be 2 at the moment. And you don't have blitz, so we'll just go ahead and end our turn. Really drop an infantry so we can do 3 damage. Because we'll have 5 credits. Okay, totally fine with that. Now the joint operation will destroy it. A nice 1/3. Deal 2 damage to all enemies in the support line. Would be good. Go ahead and drop our infantry unit. Let them have a resistance card, destroy that guy. And we'll go ahead and end our turn. This aircraft will be destroyed because of the Eagle's Claw. Let's see if he drops anything substantial on the backline, because he does have 6 credits now. Kind of just expecting a big hitter, which we can immediately force out with our own Panzer IV. And we haven't seen what his ally is yet, because I've only seen American units as far as I know. Okay, we can do it, that's fine. Just a 1/6 though. And one of his card is a resistance, so nothing too significant there. He's going to march forward to 1/6. Interesting. Give a friendly unit mobilize. Definitely an option. Go ahead and drop our Panzer though. 4 damage. So we'll go ahead and just clear this guy out. Don't have to deal with him. Immobilize can no longer be applied to any one of these since they are no longer at full HP. However, we have the reinforcements to apply Mobilize once again. So we'll be looking to drop down this 2E brigade probably next turn. And maybe driving the tank forward. So he does have 5 cards. One's the resistance. Kind of depends if he drops something big. Send a unit back to the understand. That's totally fine with me. Nice 2/3. I get a resistance card in my hand. Not a big deal. Move and attack the same turn. Not that big of a deal. Drop our 2/6. And the Panzer Grenadier. And go ahead and just end our turn. So he has 3 cards, 4 cards now. I feel like we're in a much better situation than he is. The H-75 will probably be our next card we play, maybe apply it to the Panzer Grenadier. Add 2 resistance cards in enemy hand. That's a bit annoying, but okay. As we are now at 9 cards, so our next card that we pick up, we will throw a card away. It's gone. So did I not have to give up a card because I never drew it? Interesting. I think the Eagle Claw is a good point here now. There we go. Oh, but then I would have enjoyed having that card. Alrighty. think the 4/5 makes sense. Give it +1/+1. And we have enough cards that we can actually, we can hold these resistance cards, not a big deal. I think next turn we'll probably start sweeping. 2/3 can trade with the 2/2. Actually, we'll still survive, so then we'll be able to repair it with reinforcements. 2/2, you're going to send a can back to my hand. That's fine, I get to apply Mobilize once again. Definitely don't mind that. Totally okay with that as well. Because the Eagle Claw will clear out most of his units. I don't think I can stack Mobilize, can I? No. Okay. I want to keep the 5/5 so I can push out something big that he's dropped. Go and drive forward. And he is guarded by the infantry unit. And we're just stacking up a 6/10 now on the side. It's gotta drop something big. This has been such a passive game so far. No one's hit an HQ. There's a 6/4 right there. Well, that's the card we're going to send back with our Panzer. Or we could probably destroy it by using the aircraft and then the Eagle Claw as well. Hit the infantry, that's fine. Okay. Get a nice 6/6 tank. Force his tank back into his hand. Hit the HQ. Walk forward. For sure. Go ahead and just end our turn, because now we can do 14 damage next turn. We can drive the tank forward even and hit. Because you guys will each get +1/+1 as long as he doesn't do any damage. No surprise there. Or there. Oh yeah, that's a... Give him a GG. There we go. He ended up being a 10-14, that guy, just because he just sat there. He didn't do anything? Alright. I will see you guys in Game 2. Alrighty. In Game 2, we are playing against another American player. And we're going first. The Stug with Smokescreen is pretty good, just because it can't be attacked by enemy units. 2/1 with Blitz pairs well with actually the Panzer Grenadier. And then we have our 4-drop. Okay, I'm totally okay with this. Just immediately end our turn. Got another 1-drop? He does. Gain an additional 3 credits next turn. I'd rather drop that Grenadier, actually. Although next turn we would have been able to drop the 2E Brigadier. Joint operations to just destroy it. Going to take the front. 2/2 is going to force a unit back. Not a big deal. Double damage against tanks. That is a tank. Let's go ahead and apply. Do we want to apply a Careless Talk? I think we do. And we'll go ahead and let him trade if he wants. So this actually, on my screen it's 0, but on their screen it's a 1 out of 4, just so they don't know that we've actually applied this order. 2/3. Did move me back, but it is gone. Drawing a card is nice. Alright, we'll go ahead and do that. Drive forward. Attack. And then we apply the Rhinesbank for an additional 3 credits next turn. So we'll be able to drop the Panzer and the 2E Brigade. Definitely need more card draw. Although he hasn't really played much. 2/3 has bonus damage against ground units. It's fine. You get +1/+1 for each non-infantry unit you control. Definitely want to play the 4/1 now, though. Give us card draw. 3/4 with Fury. Go ahead and trade here. Because you should get additional 2 attack. You don't have Blitz. You've already been attacked or have attacked, so it's not that big of a deal. Let's go ahead and just end our turn. Okay, so that's interesting. This guy counts for himself. And the M7 Priest is very good. Alright, not bad. Deal 2 damage to everything in the support line. Don't have any infantry up there anymore. The artillery is definitely going to pose an issue. Let's see. You're just going to one-shot this, though. You can survive a hitch. So you can actually be pretty scary, especially if we can do double damage to the HQ. Play that. I think we have to trade here. So that sucks. 2 units like that, because now you're not going to have mobilize anymore, because you're going to get shot. We do have an infantry unit now, so we can. The Panzer 35 will have its deployment reduced, or operating cost, so it has Blitz, so it can immediately attack the same turn, which would pair well with the Marauder. That's annoying. How much did you cost? 2. That's 3 drop. Go ahead and start swinging. So this unit would want to go out and hit that, and you would hit that. But he'll probably hit there with the artillery. Yep. Move the infantry forward so I can't actually hit. A 4/4. Destroy a random enemy unit on it when it's destroyed. Circlement. Duplicate a friendly copy unit in the front line with a cost of 3 or less and give it Blitz, which would be this guy. Go and trade. Give us an additional copy. And next turn we'll kill both of those units. So we'll technically be in a bad spot, because we'll only have one card, and the board will be empty. Do 7 damage to the HQ? No. 3/6. Reinforcements does not help us, so we'll just go ahead and destroy the board and end our turn. For 5, your HQ is immune to damage. Not too bad. 1/2. Adjacent ground units have +2 attack. Okay, it's a pretty good card. Smokescreen, double damage against tanks. They don't have any tanks at the moment. It's all infantry. 5/5 heavy bomber. Destroy random enemy units on deployment, so we have nothing. And that's going to be looking like GG here. I don't think there's anything that will really pull us out here. 4 or 5 helps, but he's just going to get bombed. Because that's going to be 7, 12 damage. 4 or 5 with Blitz. Yeah, that's going to be a... Really, you left the unit alive. But yeah, that's going to be a GG. Let's see what we draw. We at least get a draw card. Now we'll go ahead and give a GG. And surrender. Didn't quite go out the way we wanted to. They were definitely able to stabilize, which is kind of one of the things that America is really good at. But I will see you guys in Game 3. Today in Game 3 we are playing against a Japanese player. And we get to go second. We finally drew our Tiger 1. We only have 1 copy. Definitely probably want to keep that. Eagle Claw is great. Don't need the reinforcement at the moment. And Rush Production, we don't need it at the moment. Bunch of 4 drops. Definitely, it's okay. Go ahead and give him good luck, have fun as well. 2/1. We do have quite a few 2 drops, honestly. Probably want to keep this one in our back pocket. 1/3. Well, we do have aircraft. However, that is not our big ploy. Let's go and add a resistance card to their hand. So we got a bunch of our big hitters right now. Is there an amphibious assault to take out my expeditionary corp? Another artillery. Okay. Guys are each 2 costs. Continue to drive forward. We'll go ahead and play Stug now. Give him something to think about. He is stuck on the back line, so the Eagle Claw might be pretty useful. 1/5 with Guard. Your HQ is immune to damage on enemy turns. That's pretty good. Oh, she costs 3. No uncrossed units yet, though. Double damage against... our tanks. We don't have any tanks on the field yet. Doesn't quite kill the unit either. Go ahead and pepper it. 2 damage to the HQ. Might as well get it. Oh, he's immune on our turn because of this guy. I just read that and I immediately forgot. I'm gonna do, yeah. Hit me here. Reserves. Add 2 light infantry to your hand, +1 for each previous played reserves. Interesting. Okay. Well, that'll be 2 dead units. If I do this, the artillery will be destroyed next turn. Go ahead and just end our turn. We'll take the 2 damage on our HQ. Not that big of a deal. Because we are slowly getting up to our heavy hitters. Another 1/1. Can't drop anything else, so he has no more money. Well, I get +1/+1 non-infantry unit type you control. Go ahead and just do another Eagle Landing. Or Eagle Claw. Get rid of 3 of his units. Let's go ahead and just drop the 3/4. He does, or he no longer has any one cost units in his hand, so not that big of a deal. I want to try and stack up this, I can't even pronounce that, the Fall Shamar. +7/+7. When the unit attacks and destroys the unit, deal excess damage to the enemy HQ. That is a bit annoying. Because that, I don't want to see it. There we go. He can waste his next turn deploying that card once again. This, make it a 5/5 again. So destroy this unit with this tank. Reinforce, so that way it's a 5/5 once again. And we probably want to drop the MEBF 110 next turn as well. So that's 7, 9. Technically we need 11, so we don't have that. 2, 4, 7. I will... rather drop this card then. But we're not going to control the front. Go ahead and stack up like this though. Because he'll probably be moving in with the 7/7. You can trade with both of these cards, I guess. Sacrifice the tank, drop the infantry, make it a 5/5. He has 6 cards to play with. Deal 1 damage to all enemies. It's a bit obnoxious, but okay. Destroy a damaged card. That was a pretty good parry. Let's see. Because we will. 1 damage is fine. Go and do reinforcements. Give us a new card. You're guarded. Go ahead and hit the HQ. Do a little bit of damage. 7/7's a bit annoying. Amphibious Assault goes on the plane. Do have enough to trade for this unit. 3/2. Add one random Japanese unit that costs 1 or less to your hand. Okay, reserves, bunch of light infantry. Take 3 damage. Go and drop this guy down. Give us guard. I'll go ahead and trade for 2 units. There you go. Get this guy starting to stack. He has 4 cards to our 3. Actually, 2 of them are 1/1s, so they're not that big of a deal. You have an infantry unit, so you can immediately attack the front line. You'll probably move the 1/1 forward. Say the aircraft is probably going to hit our 2/6. We'll probably try and take the front line this turn. Four 3 with ambush. Enemy countermeasures cost 2 or more to activate. Oh, we don't have any of those, so that's okay. 4/4 with ambush. Oh no, just a heavy armor. Okay. 1/1. So we do get our +1/+1 on our infantry. 3 credits next turn. Destroy another unit. Drive forward, do 6 damage to the HQ. And now I'd rather keep this card in hand so he thinks we have something else. We do control the front line now, so became a 4/4. You can obviously trade with his aircraft. But he'll have to trade quite a bit. Well, that's all you really need. Okay, and you are heavily armored. Still have enough to trade your aircraft. 3 cards. That's a lot of damage to the HQ. And he's just flooding the board. Okay, so he is no longer has any cards in hand. There went his unit. Go ahead and deploy the Tiger down. I think we go ahead and hit this. So we can drive forward, take the front line, do 2 damage to the HQ. Drive him forward, hit the HQ. Give it an additional 1 HP, so he has to trade another unit for it, and not just the 1/1. And it's a 5/4 now. And he can't deploy any more cards unless he sacrifices something. Okay, never mind, he's just gonna destroy the HQ. GG. Very close game. A loss nonetheless, though. Let's go ahead and jump into Game 4. Today in Game 4 we are playing against a British player. Hopefully it'll be a little bit better than a Japanese player because they don't tend to rush. Let's go ahead and get rid of that guy. Actually, I don't want any of these cards. We got a 4-drop. Definitely not a very big fan of their starting hand. Fortunately, they don't have a 1-drop. We do finally have a 3-drop. So a 3/4 drop. I wouldn't call this a 2-drop. He's more of later. 1/3 with guard. Alright, we got a 2-drop. Probably prefer to drop the 3/5. Then we'll probably throw down the deal 1 damage units in all. Cost 1 more. That's okay. And that doesn't go away, which is a bit annoying too. Just clear the board. Go and end our turn. Probably drop the Expeditionary Corp next turn. Okay. Suddenly costs less now though. Drop the 3/1. So we can get additional 1 pip of damage on the HQ. And we'll probably drop the Fallen Shamar next turn. 2, 4, 5. Target unit retreats. You are a bomber. For non-tank unit you type you have. Drive forward. It has +1 attack for each non-tank unit type you control. Okay, so apparently infantry doesn't stack. Is that a fighter? That was a fighter. That was a mistake then. Do have the Char B1 Bis. Heavy armor mobilized, draw card. Keep calm and drink your tea for an additional 2 defense, so trade for the 2/3 I would presume. Another cup of tea. Alright, now is it a 5/5? Additional money. Go and just march forward. Drive the Panzer forward. And we'll take the extra 3 credits next turn. That'll give us 11, so we'll be able to drop the Bis. Shoot 3 damage between enemies. Well, that gives us a prime target for reinforcements. So we'll trade here. Deal with damage against tanks. Drop the Char. Go and trade. We no longer control infantry, so this technically shouldn't be a 2-2 anymore. Drive out our Stug. Or give a friendly unit mobilize. Put that on the French. It already technically has mobilized, though. Okay. See what happens. Cards enemy hand and cost 2 or more next turn. Okay. 3/5 bomber? No, that's a fighter. Totally fine with taking that damage on the Stug. Came a 5/5. Everything is way more expensive this turn. You don't have... You just have Fury. Oh, you don't have Blitz. Okay. Makes more sense. The 5/5 probably would have been better to hit the HQ instead of the fighter, because that's 3 damage we could have had if I hadn't done the fighter instead. Destroy a random enemy unit. That is pretty potent. I wish I had gone on the fighter, though. That was a 9-drop, wow. Be a 4-drop. Yeah, because if I had done with the Char the first time instead of the fighter, this game would have been over. Interesting. Little things do add up. They're obviously going to focus the Char right now, though they have to get rid of the fighter first, which is not a big deal, or not that hard, rather. We'll survive this, though. I was really confused. He doesn't have enough to take the front line. That's going to be GG. 2, 3, 5. It is a bit of a preemptive GG, but he has no more money. Go and just drive forward. Oh, it's being guarded. Ooh. Was a preemptive GG. Where's our Panzer? Alright, you must retreat. Get out of here. There we go. We got there in the end. Alrighty, I will see you guys in Game 5. Alrighty, welcome to Game 5. While I was in between episodes, I was just thinking, I wish the draft had a, actually we'll keep the joint operations, had a side deck like it does in Magic, where you can swap out cards that you don't want anymore in your deck for basically situations where it's like, this isn't quite working. Because I know in Magic when they do their draft system, you do your base 40, and I think you get like some 5-10 cards on the side that you can basically swap in and out if basically just make your deck a little bit more flexible. Because right now, it's like our deck kind of works, but it's like doesn't quite get there all the time. Hence, we definitely could have won game. What I think this was game 3 we lost. Definitely could have gotten there. Give a friendly unit mobilized. Sure, just throw it on that tank. And then the Pioneer Battalion would be probably pretty good next turn because we do have 2 units already down. We'll have 4, 1, 2. Okay, well, he got rid of that card pretty quick. Every non-infantry unit you control. You want to plop down the Panzer. Make it just a +1. And I'll go ahead and get rid of this guy. There we go. Doesn't make it makes it so it's not a 4/4, but we are going to get our card draw, and we got rid of the current threat. 4/4. You deployed. The enemy have +2 operating cost. That's a little annoying. Give us our card draw. Rush production. Not that interested. Go and walk on forward. Go and end our turn. Do have a Panzer. Prevents him from drawing. He does have, I think he has 6. I think one of them is a resistance, just like we have. Add 2 to my hand, not a big deal. Really don't have that many cards in hand. Can I move this over here? Can I not rearrange my hand? I've never tried this before. Alright, but we do pretty much the same amount of damage per turn. But if we want to go ahead and race, we can race. We can take one more card, so hopefully he doesn't have any more resistance. And Woke Giant, get rid of my Panzer. That's fine. 5/5 smokescreen, that is a bit concerning though. Give a card, mobilize. That one will do. Let's go and throw down a Panzer. What card do we need? Target unit must retreat. Let's go with that. Go and end our turn. This guy is just being a pain in the butt. Yeah, I was figuring he was going to attack me there. Not a big deal. The additional +2 to operation cost is a bit harsh. Got rid of the mobilize. Alrighty, he's just going to rush us down. Did we not? Oh, apparently we did not draw the card that I wanted. Oh no, it's right here. Target unit must retreat. That one. Be gone. He's probably going to deploy it immediately, so we'll go ahead and throw this out there. Go and end our turn. Because then we'll trade it for the 2/1, not be a big deal. This guy will trade there. Two, 3. That's a bit annoying. He gets to keep his 4/4. However, he'll send it right back. Go and trade. Get this card just out of our hand. Yeah, we'll just go and just end our turn there. Be a 1/3, but it'll only be a 1 cost to move because everything's really expensive now. In addition to credit slots, draw an additional card at the beginning of next turn. Pretty good. Drop the 4/4. No, death from above. That's fine. Eagle Claw is nice. Give us Mobilize and Guard. March this guy forward. And give it +1 defense. Go ahead and just end our turn. He is going to attack this unit just because he knows what Mobilize does. He's already demonstrated that. 3/9 with Guard. Each non-French unit control gets +1/+1. Alrighty. And a 4/4. That guy's super annoying. And now it's guarded. 4/8 is good. We definitely want to have guards, so we're going to move this aircraft. Or we'll actually sacrifice it. It's guarded. We can't actually sacrifice it. Yes, we can. Just enough. And we'll put guard on our HQ. There we go. Just as I planned. So now he's going to attack into this unit, just so it doesn't keep stacking. Which means he has 10 credits to work with. So he has quite a bit of things, different things he could do then. I don't know if he will sacrifice that unit in though. Destroy enemy unit in the front line. That's annoying. Fortunately, it wasn't on our Tiger. 2/3 gets +1/+1 on boost to the front line. Not a big deal. We can do it. Additional 3 defense. He's gonna hit here. No, he didn't hit here. I was surprised. Double damage against tanks. Go ahead and move this guy forward so he can't take the front line immediately. And we will... The Tiger 4 is going to be a 4 cost then. I don't think it really matters though at this point. Everything's expensive. I know it became a 5 cost. It's expensive. But next turn we'll get an additional 3 credits, which will pay for the Tiger's additional expenses. Not a big deal. Go ahead and drive your truck forward, give it a +1/+1. That is a big beefy guy now. Go ahead and duplicate it. Three additional credits, so our Tiger can continue to march forward. Because he can clear up the front line, no problem, but it's going to cost him. There we go, that's fine. That's obnoxious. Additional card draw. Our turn. 10/14. Go ahead and make it so you don't draw. Target unit must retreat. I'm okay with him staying on the board. He is very defined. I don't care about the Sherman that much. I think pushing this guy off the board is actually kind of nicer. Oh, he just moved into the back line, so he'll get +1/+1 again. That's a mistake. Oh well. Bit of a stalemate. I think we're losing though. Yeah, especially when he does that. That's GG. Well, this draft did not go as well as the previous one, but we did learn a bit more about the German and how the French units work, since that was the first time I've used a French unit so far. Let's see, we got 2 gold, 1 pack, so we lost like 8 gold, but we got a pack that I think costs like, let's go to the shop, I think it's like 2 gold or something. Oh, it's 10 gold. So we basically made 2 gold if we had bought a pack itself. Let's go and see what we got. 2 American units. Use Ace, Overwhelming Force. Target enemy unit. Guard, Smokescreen, Fury, Ambush. Loses Guard, Smokescreen, Fury, Ambush, and Destruction. Okay, so nothing too big. Desert Rats. Deal 1 damage to an enemy unit and pin it. Not bad. A 4/5 fighter. Bartolupov? No, it's a bomber. Okay, not too bad. And a Betty. Discard 1 random card from your hand. Not that great. Not my favorite. Well, if you enjoyed today's episode, please like and subscribe. Have a good day.